All right, guys, I'm joined by a very special guest today. It is Brach Fabbro. He's with Equity Resources. He's a lender partner of mine out of the Newark area. He also services Granville and the rest of Licking County. So I'm going to turn over to Brach here. Brach, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of how long you've been in the business and all that good stuff.
Well, Zack, my name is Brach. I'm with Equity Resources. I've been with this company since 2013. I've wore a few different hats. So I've been on the production side of things. I've been a loan officer assistant, and then in 2018, 2019, I decided to go get licensed and become a full-time loan officer. So been a few different hats that I've been wearing, and I've enjoyed it the whole way. So it's a great company. We are a local lender, mortgage banker, and we do help a lot of folks in the Licking County and surrounding areas.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, Brock's been kind enough to invite me in to go over some actual market stuff that's happening right now, as well as address some new products that have kind of been hitting the market. So I really want to talk first about something I've seen a lot, this 3-2-1 buy down or a 2-1 buy down. Kind of tell me a little about that. What does it do? How does it help the buyer? All that good stuff.
Absolutely. So the temporary buy down option is a good option as we see this market shift from more of a seller's market into a buyer's market. And what it does is the seller, if they're having trouble selling their home, instead of reducing the price, what you can do is you can see if we can do a seller assist basically, and that money is going to go into an escrow account. They're going to receive a temporary buy down from their rate. So we're going to qualify them on today's rate. So let's say today's rate's 6.5%.
Right.
The first year on the 2-1 buy down option, they're actually going to see a 4.5% rate. For 12 months. The following 12 months, they're going to receive a 1% reduction, so the rate would go to 5.5%. And then year 3 and thereafter, they would see the rate that we qualified them on today for the remainder of the loan. The goal, though, is can we refinance them before that happens?
Okay.
And if we can, let's say in 12 months from now, rates decrease, we see a lot of improvement in the market, they're not going to lose that money. That money is actually going to go towards their payoff.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to refinance them into the better rate. So 3-2-1 option works the same way. The main thing we have to be careful with is making sure that we don't exceed the amount that the seller can contribute towards that. So the more they put down, if let's say they put 10% down, they can receive up to 6% from the seller. 5% down, they can receive up to 3%. So we have a nice little nifty calculator that we can use and calculate all this out, make sure it's a benefit to the buyer and obviously the seller. But homes are sitting a little bit longer right now, and it's making it a little bit more tough, especially over $300,000, for sellers. So if we can provide this for a buyer and a seller, it really is a win-win.
Gotcha. So is that something that the seller has to offer up front, or as me as a buyer, could I go in and say, hey, part of my contract is we want you to pay $5,000 towards a 2-1 buy down or something like this? Yeah.
That's honestly where you would come in as a realtor to try to negotiate, especially if you're on the listing side. But also, if you have a buyer that you're representing, it's a nice option to have. And then me as a loan officer, I'm going to make sure that it all works out, that the numbers work out, and that everything makes sense. So it's something that, during the transaction as a realtor, you guys can talk about. But the more you know, and the more you can represent your buyer or your seller, the easier, A, you're going to be able to move homes, and B, these buyers, they don't want to pay these high rates.
No, that makes sense.
And
I don't know. I know you don't have any numbers in front of you right now, but let's say they had a $300,000 house and they did this 2-1 buy down. Do you know about what a payment differential would look like from that first year to the last one? Are we talking $50 or is this hundreds of dollars potentially?
So you're looking at hundreds of dollars per month in savings, especially that first year. Let's say you do a 3-2-1 buy down. Let's say today's rate's 6.5%. That first year you're not going to pay 6.5%. You're going to pay 3.5%.
Oh, that's from the beginning of the year, basically.
Right, yeah. That's what we were seeing at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
So that's a huge savings. That's money that you're going to be saving every month for the first 12 months. Then you're going to save 2%, in this option for that, the second 12 months, the second year, and then the third year, you're still going to see savings. The goal is, can we refinance and get you into a better rate? So that's really the ultimate goal. Now, that third year or fourth year, you're going to go back to today's rate that we qualified you on.
Gotcha. And I guess that's probably worth transitioning then. How do you see the rates going in the next year or two? I've heard a lot of people talk. They have a cool phrase. What is it again? I think you told me date the rate or something like this.
Yeah. So really, what we've been saying right now is, if you see a home that you want to purchase, especially in Licking County, go ahead and pull the trigger and buy the home. We're gonna marry the house and we're gonna date the rate.
Okay.
Rates tend to go up and down. We've seen higher rates before. We've seen lower rates. Obviously, the last 2 years we saw historic low rates. Will we ever get back to into the 2 and 3%?
Right.
I don't know. That's above my pay grade. So hopefully we do, but we'll see. As far as in the future, we do anticipate that rates will improve. We obviously don't know exactly when.
Sure.
Everything's being fueled right now in speculation, and it makes it really difficult to pinpoint. Last week we saw rates really improve. We saw a nice improvement. The CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, came out, and it showed a cooling of inflation. And inflation has been a big subject right now throughout not just our economy, but the global economy. And it's really had a huge impact on rates and groceries and fuel and everything. So, that it'll be interesting to see which direction we go.
I don't know how comfortable you are talking with it, but I know a lot of people have been seeing these increases. They don't fully understand why. And it seems like you kind of know a little bit about the Fed and the CPI and all that good stuff. Could you, I don't know, not go into too much deep detail, but kind of explain a little bit to people what's been happening over the last 6 months, just on a high level, so they can kind of understand a little better?
Absolutely. And I think more so it's been happening since 2020. So we're going through things that we've never seen before as an economy. We had a pandemic in 2020. We've had supply chain issues. Now we're seeing inflation issues, and inflation's really the big deal right now.
Sure.
That's fueling these higher rates. Job employment data has a big factor in it, and then the Fed Reserve will meet, and then everything's being fueled off speculation. Right. So nobody can really pinpoint right now exactly where rates are going to go. Mm-hmm. We do anticipate that we're going to see rates increase here in the next few months. But with the data that came out last week, how much will those rates increase?
Right.
We saw cooling inflation. Will they go, half point? Will they go a full point? It's hard to say. All I know is right now is that if you're renting, you're paying 100% interest.
Right. That's probably a good thing to talk about then. So on the rent side, how is that looking maybe in the Columbus market as well as nationally, if you're familiar with that stuff?
Absolutely. So rents are increasing at a rate that we've never seen before. Okay. So, rent, especially in Licking County, is going to continue to go up. We have Intel coming. Intel is anticipated to be complete in 2025. They broke ground in New Albany. We're going to see, up to 50,000 plus new residents around our county.
Right.
So there's going to be a need for housing, whether that be renting or purchasing or whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. These rents around here will continue to increase. So right now, if you're looking to purchase in the Licking County, Franklin County, or surrounding counties, it is a great time to purchase right now because these prices aren't coming down. They're going to continue to increase.
Right. Thanks for making it through the video. Zack Linder here from Zack Linder and the Zack Pack, powered by Coldwell Banker. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It does support our channel. We really appreciate it. And check out one of these other videos while you're here. Have a great day.